Right? So I'm like, then they look on it, and when they look on it, every work that they have done do from last year, August. No, that's not the case. A lot of the work was done this year. Look at it. So therefore, we are now saying, the Integrity Commission is now saying that, hey, you know, so I'm not going to the director of public prosecution, I'm going to have to submit this to the police. Because them finding it. Because remember, you know, people talk about the private foreign police that came from abroad. Yeah. You can't determine that those findings were not found by him.
That's my point. I've heard that a number of times. We don't know what. We don't know if the Parita thing was discovered by him or the.
You don't know, or they're not going to tell you that.
I don't see why.
No, but if it goes to court now, Simon, when it goes to court, some of these things will come out, you know.
What's it called?
That's the case.
Which case?
The one about not being taxed, the one about the money from charity, the one about
I don't think we realize this done. I don't believe that. Remember, if I did investigating SSL.
Yeah.
So when is it done? After the election?
Let me tell you, and I think I said it to you the other day, that I can report though, we must have some legislative changes wherein a prime minister should not be allowed to be operating personal business.
Legislative changes, and we've seen the latest constitutional report.
So many people want the moral authority to deal with the constitutional.
So where are we going to get it from then?
The PNP will be passed soon, Simon, and those constitutional changes will come into play.
Well, I want to see that in their manifesto.
But the manifesto will come.
Well, I can vote for something like that. So put it in the manifesto.
Simon, let me tell you something. The Prime Minister of a country must be focused on one thing and one thing only, the running of the country. And that's why PJ Patrick, you know, even might not like it, but PJ is a smart man. PJ said the Prime Minister's pension must be when he gets his salary. Because while as Prime Minister, you cannot hustle nothing else.
Yes, and when you're talking about giving service,
right?
That is what service is about. Sacrifice.
So when you're left being Prime Minister, you're not going to be a wealthy man. So therefore, he's saying that put this in place, that you can still live comfortably, get the same salary of a Prime Minister for your pension. So you must focus on the country, brother. But the Integrity Commission did their work, Simon. We know, are the police now must file the charges.
I'm not convinced that they did it.
I am.
All right, cool. Good.
Good morning. Good morning, my people. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the ways of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law do we meditate day and night. For we shall be like trees planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth fruit in its season. The leaves shall not wither, and whatsoever we do shall prosper. Morning and welcome, morning and welcome, welcome and good morning. Good morning. We thank the Lord Jesus Christ for bringing us through. Yeah, man. Share the channel, like the video. Welcome to Portland Spice TV. My name is Colin Bell, SHACKA fame. And we're here this morning because God's blessings is upon us. Yeah, man. I will not complain. This morning, the journalists in Jamaica and their analysts and all of them are afraid to call a spade a spade. And this morning, may I name the program Enough to Press Charges. And I am challenging anybody
who's going to tell me that there's not enough to press charges. I want to hear an argument this morning. I know we have some people like hide behind the computer and the chat room, but we are inviting you this morning to come forward and talk to us. Make we have this conversation. I am convinced that there is enough in the Integrity Commission report that the Prime Minister should answer these questions. Not saying the Prime Minister is guilty, but these questions that are now being asked by the Director of Investigation in the Integrity Commission. And the questions are damning. The Director of Public Prosecution has said to the Jamaican people and to our lawmakers and law enforcers that we, the Integrity Commission, a creature of Parliament, a body that is in the Constitution, with the authority to investigate public officials if they are benefiting from the public purse, if they are illicitly enriching themselves from taxpayers' money. And they have done investigation because of red flags. Now, hold on. Remember, you as a public servant earning over a certain amount of money, you are supposed to, on a yearly basis, submit your financials, how you're making your money, what assets you are gaining. That a body can say to the people that this man is not swingling off on the money. Everything we have is accounted for. Yeah? Everything we have is accounted for. So, they are 63 and 21, that's 84 members of parliament in Jamaica. And they have to submit their filings. I think councillors have to submit filings as well. And what the Integrity Commission does is look through your thing where you send them, do the background check, and if where you send them match up, your thing certify and you're good. Now remember, there is out there in the public, put out by the Integrity Commission, that we have some people who are under investigation, and it's a minority. You're talking about 8 people out of 84. So what? That's less than 10%. So more than 90% of parliamentarians are in good stead. Now, how does the investigation start? You send in your figures, and when we check, we find, say, your figures wrong. Based on what you send to, Because when you check the bank, you say you have 2 accounts, and when you check the bank, you have 28. That's a red flag. So they must start looking at your dealings now. I saw the investigation them start, Now, when them start looking at your dealings, and them must see different things. Things that overshot where your income can give you. Them all go so boom. And check on that. Some people. Beg your water, please. My people. If the body authorized in the Constitution to investigate the Prime Minister, and they come up with a finding, and they have more than one findings, this is no ordinary calling bell. or Ilian Brown, or Florence Brown, or Marlene, and on a regular we. Somebody who have the competence, have the authority, the backing of the Constitution. And them say, we see where you have used money from a charity to buy stocks and bonds for yourself, and you benefited. I am not saying it cannot be explained. But what I am saying, where does that now explain? The Prime Minister can't just go in a parliament, make a statement where nobody can ask him no question. That is like when you have court, and you have an accused willing to give a statement outside the dock. So you can't question him. Right away, them the argument they look fishy. But not even go up there, so. Once the director of corruption prosecution make them there, claim there, and put them out. It's no either for the police say, yo, this no rise to what them call a prima facie case or whatever. But the police now must investigate this. Must be investigated. And when I look at the whole thing, my opinion is that the director of corruption prosecution may be saying to the police that, listen, you look upon this and see if this need for charge. The director of investigation also said that the Prime Minister have received large deposits to his account, over $4 million, and they don't know who do those deposits. One of the things said that need to flesh out. We need to know where the piece of food they come from. And the only place that can flesh out again is in the King's Court. In the King's Court. And if, well, I don't understand how some people are try circumvent the thing. These are not mere allegations. The man accused the man, So the man must clear him name too, If the man can't clear these needs to be cleared. So the Prime Minister must be given an opportunity to clear him name. If you are telling me that, fine. But not tell me, say the Prime Minister don't have nothing for answer to. You mad? What not think? And most people may not understand, The man put him finding them in the report. Clear as day. All of them might not jump out at you. But look at the ones where you can't go around. You can't go around the money from the charity. You can't go around that. You have to explain that. We're not saying he's guilty, but that must be explained to the people of Jamaica. And I don't see no other place but in the court of law where him can talk and the director of investigation can talk. And the documents presented. And that's why I said to people, because when you look upon it, the Prime Minister mentioned a couple of errors that was made. And when I said the bank, them perfect. But anybody where them ever make no error with for them account by giving them US when at Jamaica and you forget, please tell me. Somebody tell me. And even so, it goes to my argument that we now must have legislative changes. Virgin, I want to understand. Legislative changes must come now. No Prime Minister or President should be allowed to do business, personal business, financial business while sitting as prime minister. It must not be allowed. I am saying there is enough to press charges. The mayor of New York. Yeah, but you see, they filed an indictment on the mayor, you know. No indictment has been filed on this prime minister. None. But you see, Jamaica is a small country. And the prime minister of Jamaica, inside of Jamaica, have more powers than the president of the United States. Let me say that again. Our prime minister in our country comparative to the president of the United States inside of the US of A, our prime minister have more powers. So let me tell you something. And we've been saying it for the last couple of 2 weeks now. That the name prime minister will intimidate you. Remember that. If prime minister, if that not intimidate you, maybe then you have a mentality of SHACKA fame. Mr. Bell, Sir Colin Anthony Bell, good morning. Blessed love and respect. Love for you to work alongside and I know with you and the candidate to come for East Portland, Golden. Listen to me, and I've said it. Whoever come here, I go work with them. Yeah, man, me have the capacity to look beyond myself. Not a lot of people possess that capacity. And even when they're driving you down into a ditch, and you say see ditch there and them a see ditch, them still drive you down in the ditch. No, I can change course. I can accept change. I don't just lay blame. I take responsibility. And I do something about the things that I don't accept. And if you are in the power to do something about the things that are not acceptable and you don't do them, it means you accept them. They are acceptable to you. So, we will work with whoever come once they are here to work and do the work, because win, we want to win. Telling all the while, my thing is about Jamaica, East Portland and Portland, and the people getting opportunity to achieve their true potential. Yeah, man, make the eagle fly, Rasta. Stop tell the eagle say my foul. Stop it. Stop this argument that me and you come from down here, so you go like you want to left me down here, so. Show me your company, me tell you who you are. If you don't have no rich friend, you're not going to rich. If you don't have no friends who are successful, you're not going to be successful. Yeah? Surround yourself. Know your circle. Light Pong morning. Rowan Smith, a.k.a. DJ. Nobody no call us again. So, people, back to the thing. And here's one more thing I want to bring into the mix this morning. That the Ministry of Education is creating a COVID scenario on our children here in East Portland. Our children in East Portland are suffering a COVID thing right now, Auntie Dan. They're not going to school every day. Some of them. And the online thing down here, I don't know. And I saw such lady dancing all over the place and not a word about our schools. No intervention for education. No intervention for education points to destruction. But fire there must steal, then think a cool breeze. Fire there must steal, then think a cool breeze. Yeah. Let me tell you something now. Any other country, something would have happened already. Auntie Dan, I am suggesting to Jamaica that the Prime Minister must be given an opportunity to answer these allegations. It's only the court I know that this would have get a fair hearing. We also have to look at the FSC. Paul?
Hello?
Morning, sir.
Morning, sir. How are you?
You're live on the air. Are you among the list of cowards?
That have done what?
There are a gang of cowards in the Fourth Estate and some who calls themselves analysts that look at the IC report and want to tell the people of Jamaica that there's nothing in it that the Prime Minister is answerable for. The Minister of Justice said that the Integrity Commission must be mandated to certify the Prime Minister's filing. And the media, the Fourth Estate, not calling these things out. Are you among the bunch of cowards?
Have you known me to be a coward, man?
Never.
Have you known me to be someone who's afraid?
Tell me something.
Well, if you have not known me to be that way, then it's not my nature.
Tell me something, Pablo. Tell me something.
Well, let me tell you what's happening, my friend. And let me say that this is my first time commenting on the report. I deliberately waited, go through the report, listen to other people.
We should have hold on, Pablo. We should have you on pan camera, you know. Where you are, is that convenient?
No, not no.
All right, go ahead then. No. Continue then.
Right.
Continue.
All right. So we have gone through the report. We have gone through the report more than one time because you see what's in the report is quite starking. It's actually mind-boggling to say the least. But if you read the report, remember one thing: this debacle that is now being said, that the report is complete. The report is an incomplete report.
But it's clear. That is clear like crystal.
The reason for it being no, but they are confusing people, and I need people to understand that what the JLP is doing is playing a game, because this game that they are playing, if you look at it, the report has sections of it. Yeah, is the conclusions and the recommendations that is the strongest things, but the rest of the body of the report, right? Integrity Commission keeps on saying, we don't know how to rule on this matter. We will not rule on this matter. We await FID, we await TAJ, we await FSC.
Can I tell you my interpretation of that? Because I have not read the entire document. I have read the parts that I find interesting and the part that I think I need to read, the findings, places like those. And when people talk about certain aspect that I consider, you have me go read that part there. Me not read the 170 page. Me maybe read about 25 to 30 pages.
I have only read the recommendations and the
but hold on, let me tell you my interpretation of the thing.
Right.
Integrity sometimes does not mean legal. You can have no integrity, but you are still acting within the law. Right? However, some of the things, some of the findings of this report have gone past integrity and gone to legality of these findings. For example, the issue of the money from the charity. That's a legal matter.
Yeah, but that is why that is being referred to. That's being referred to FSC.
And that's why I try to tell people that there is no ambiguity in the thing, you know.
No, there's none.
The report is damning, and people are afraid to say that this report is damning.
But my friend and brother, let me help you. 140,000, yeah, was sent from SSL, right, to the Prime Minister's account. Now, I want you to note the date. It was on the 17th of September 2021. Right? I want you to note the date again, you know. Right? When the funds were sent, they did not have an account to settle the funds in. So what they did was, within the very same period of the transfer of funds, a new account was opened with not even $0. Yeah.
But stop the Paul. We never know that possible in Jamaica.
No, but I am a student of banking. I work in the banking industry.
And that's
why. And let me tell you something. What Andrew Holness has been allowed to do by the banks in Jamaica is a crying shame. And these institutions should not be operationalized. They should not be operating. Let me tell you why. And let me tell you why, Shaka. There's a thing that we call in banking that is called SARS. Yeah?
Talk to me.
It is suspicious reporting. Suspicious reporting. Yeah? Now, under suspicious reporting, what should happen in suspicious reporting is like, take one of the companies, for example, like what I want to name, Hyperion or whatever premium, whatever
premium and green,
whatever premium it wants.
Green emeralds.
Right. But let's use one that's premium.
Yeah.
Right? On one of the transactions, one of the 3,600 and something transactions, the $200 million, $240 million to be exact, was moved into an account, right? Into the same account that he has at premium, or him call it, premium or whatever.
Imperium.
Called, right? Imperium, sorry, that's the name I was trying to get.
Yeah.
Imperium. No, you have the 200 and something million being moved into Imperium. But let me alert our listeners. When you set up an account, right? Typically what happens is that you indicate to the bank what your deposit level will be.
And where the funds will likely come from.
Now, my question is, did Mr. Holness inform capital markets? Because that 200 and something went into the NCB bank account. Yes? Did he inform his banker about this magnitude of transaction? But not only that, under the suspicious reporting mechanisms that every bank have to comply under. Once you deviate from, okay, so let's say Shaka, you have a Scotia card, right? Scotia realizes that money is being drawn off your card every minute. There is a suspicious reporting that is created automatic.
Yeah.
Without you even saying nothing. Yeah? Because
Talk to
there's
me.
just the internal compliance aspects of the bank. So let me just make this simple to put to people what I'm saying. How on God's earth did Andrew Holness how was he allowed to deposit so much funds in his account, remove so much funds, doing so much transactions, almost 4 transactions a day over the 3-year period, right? Without those transactions being reported to the internal compliance of the banks and then later being referred to BOJ.
Those are
In
questions,
any
my brother.
institution,
Those are
in
questions that
any
must be answered.
in any financial industry that is respectful, and that is in keeping with the law, and that is afraid of FATF, yeah, which is the Foreign Action Task Force, right? The Financial Action Task Force, which ranks countries by their ranking, whether gray or black, yeah.
I will just come off of the gray list, right?
And we just come off the gray list, right? So I am saying that this is crazy. But now let's talk to the drunken sailor man. That is Delroy Truck, right?
No, I think Delroy Chuck needs to step aside now.
He needs a senile pill. He needs a senile pill.
I'm going to say that is that I don't think him fit the ministry. I remember when the man said Ruel Reed, when the man said the police them shouldn't go Ruel Reed, they had go arrest him. They go there like Nicodemus in the night. Yeah, justice, minister, is justice for all, my brother. I see him with them that go next man yard.
Remember that it was FID that led that probe.
Yeah, man, I'm Mocha.
I want you all to understand something. So let me hammer home to what I was saying. In this transaction with Wholeness, there is one commonality in financial institution. Did you remember in 2020 or 2019, if I'm not mistaken, but it was 22, they went, you remember there was your friend there in West Portland who flew to Mexico, and then all of a sudden we heard that monies were transferred to his account.
So that argument was up in the air.
All right. Do you know, if you look at the bank then that was being featured, do you know that this is one of the banks now that has a lot of the funds sitting in there? Meaning one of that institution is present. It's the same institution, right?
No call no
but
name.
let me tell I'm not going to call institution because of protection.
Yes,
right?
no call no name.
No, man, we operate already. We're very wiser than that.
The
truth be told is this institution was the same institution that received the $31 million for the payment that was kicked from the Mexicans to Mr. Portland.
Jared, I am asking you, is there enough for charges to be laid against the Prime Minister of Jamaica?
But one second, and let me answer this and then I answer that. Right? The institution that I'm referring to, an individual left SSL, was terminated from SSL and is now their chief financial and advisor over there. So what is happening is the same nonsense which occurred at SSL. They have moved this Labour Party operative because the guy is a strong Labour Party man, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if I call the name, he was the man, he was the supervisor to Gina and Pantan. You remember that name?
Yeah. Yes.
Do you know that name is now the senior investment representative at that institution now?
Over the big institution there.
Yes, so do you realize? Not the big one, the mini size one.
Oh, not the big one.
The mini size one, the food producer one.
Okay, yeah.
Say no more.
Mm-hmm.
You catch it now?
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Right. So it is the same. So imagine this man was at SSL doing his nonsense and him gone over there. And if you look at the time when the account was open, was when he left SSL and went there. So what is happening is the the compromise of the financial system.
Mhm.
It is absolutely crazy. So you're asking now what should be done. Well, let me
Yeah.
tell you what should be done. The
Mhm.
report said what should be done. The FID and the TAG must rule if there are if there are charges to be laid for failing to declare his taxes. That's
Because look
one.
here, some of the things, I don't think some of them need more looking into more than to press charges. And I continue to mention the one from the charity, the
Yeah.
deposits that went into the account, who made those
But let's
deposits.
take that. But let's take that one. Let's take that one. Because Nigel Clark himself is guilty of the very same. Yeah, he is guilty of not managing his charity funds. And when um Miss Burton came out with it, he did not. He couldn't even respond to it. Them locked down the charity, but millions was passing through that charity. Now, what am I when I'm saying? How could you take up charity funds? By the way, and by the way, the United States is quite interested in this one. This is what I've heard from some very good
You
sources.
think so?
And yes, let me tell you why. Remember the articles of charities. Now, remember that you don't determine who
But
sends money
hold on, hold on.
to
One of
your
the
charity.
problem. Hold on a little bit. I think the Prime Minister's charity is not registered with the not-for-profit group. It's registered with the Companies Office of Jamaica, but it is not registered with the not-for-profit groups and something like that. That's some of the
Yeah, but it
information
does
that
not.
is going around.
But it has the same. It has similar. It has the
Yes,
same rules.
because it is registered as
It
a
has the
charity.
same rules.
Yeah.
It is registered as a charity, so it comes under the same. But I'm saying where I'm pointing to, which is going to be shocking for you and your listeners, my friend, is that once American donors are involved, hello,
And are you
once
saying that the donors to wait name Positive Jamaica? Has it name?
positive positive Jamaica
So
Foundation,
are you saying that the donors are Americans and American
I am saying
organizations who have
there are a
donated?
lot of nationalities involved in the donation in donating to that charity, and I'm telling you,
Mhm.
if America believes its citizens have been defrauded, and if a citizen goes and make a complaint to the Treasury Department,
Mhm.
yeah,
Mhm.
they can in their own wisdom
Mhm.
do their own investigation and determine. But look here, there's nothing we don't have to worry whether or not the Americans know this. Now let me help you. As a banker myself, my friend, let me tell you what happens. So FID, yes,
Mhm.
is a member of what we call the international. So remember that FID is Jamaica's main source on investigation in terms of especially where it relates to the flow of money, yeah, and whether culpability, and all of those things.
Mhm.
But if you look, FID is a part of a body,
Mhm.
right? It's a part of a regional body
Yes.
that as each country have its FIU, the Financial Intelligence Unit, because
Mhm.
that's what FIU is really, just an intelligence unit that just looks at finances
Paul,
of persons.
Paul, somebody been
Right.
trying to get in a piece. If we get cut off, I call you right back. Don't move.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Portland Spice TV, good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, sir. Welcome to Portland Spice TV.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me. I've been listening to you. I think I catch you last week, and I catch you at the end of the live. So I just want to say thanks for having me on your platform.
Blessings, man. Welcome.
I mean, yeah, man. The issue of the day still remains the integrity report on the Prime Minister's statutory deduction.
And that's gonna be there for a long time.
Yes, because one of the things I'm trying to understand though, the purpose of the Integrity Commission is to, and correct me where I have the misunderstanding, is that it's the Prime Minister or whoever comes under the preview of the Integrity Commission persons or persons submit their statutory declaration.
Yes.
Based on information given, the Integrity Commission has within its permit a DI, a Director of Investigation, Director of Prosecution, and all the relevant section that comes with it.
Yes.
So at the day when the report is submitted to Parliament, it should be a report that would be either to clear the person or to bring charges against the person. Am I correct in saying that?
Not fully, because you are
Fully explain.
limiting the Integrity Commission to two outcome, either clear or not to clear. And the Integrity Commission, in its remit and in its bylaws, have the power to refer for more for further investigation or for further action to other agencies of the state, including the FID and TAJ.
Okay, so because the reason why I asked the question, is there a memorandum of understanding with the
Yes,
TAJ,
there is.
The Financial Investigative Bureau with the
yes, there is.
Yes. So say, for example, I submit my statutory deduction, and there are some irregularities in there. I mean, do I, as the Integrity Commission, do I seek the assistance of these two other bodies to ensure that what you have submitted would be correct?
Yeah, man, it goes that way, where they can seek the intervention of the agencies, and based on what they and the agencies have decided, they can submit to them at the end of their aspect of the investigation, which my understanding is that they did contact the FID in the early part of the investigation, and they had agreed that maybe what should happen is what has happened.
Okay, so because the thing is, the reason why I'm asking these questions, you know.
Yeah, man, why you ask? We don't have a problem with you asking the questions. So you don't have to give you an explanation for why you're asking them. Just go ahead and ask them.
Yes, sir. So the thing is that, because if they are supposed to work in tandem, then that means when you present that report to Parliament, that is where I made the point that it should be this person is either clear or charges to be brought. Reason for saying this too is that in the report it stated that the certain irregularities were discovered and was referred to the Director of Corruption Prosecution, which upon examination it was determined that no charges will be brought against the no, we're talking about the prime. No charge was to be brought against the Prime Minister.
Who said that?
Only the Director of Public Prosecution.
The Director of Corruption Prosecution.
Yes,
on the case bearing the 4 bank account that he did not report. So that is that's one aspect of the report, that they clear the Prime Minister on that. But there's the second aspect of the report in the investigation for illicit enrichment. They say that they will not certify the Prime Minister because of this investigation and our findings. And we are referring our findings. We are handing over our set of evidence now to the FID and the tax authority. And we are also recommending to the Ethics Commission of Parliament that some work be done on certain aspects of the report as well. So the report is far-reaching, in many aspects. So, remember, hold on a little bit. Let me just remind you something. The Integrity Commission is a creature of Parliament in the Constitution. And they are there to do just this. And I am saying to the people of Jamaica that these are far-reaching findings by the Director of Investigation. And the Prime Minister must be given an opportunity to clear his name. And I think the Prime Minister should grab that quicker than sooner than later.
I'm just thinking about something. So if there a prosecutorial arm of the Integrity Commission, how does it go outside of it purview to bring about to ask for other to recommend other charges, other investigation?
Because they have that authority.
So why you have a process? So why there's a procedural arm of the Integrity Commission then? Because where the irregularity, where it is discovered in the investigation.
That is a fair question, you know. That is a fair question, but it doesn't deter the Integrity Commission from doing what it did. What the Integrity Commission did is fully lawful, legal, and clear. You know, here from Tavares Fins to come out and say them now have no authority and the man them throw the books at him. You hear anything else all time? His silence is deafening. The man went into a cave. You don't realize
because
that?
The thing is that, you know, there's so much pieces to this thing. Because I'm saying a body is set up and it is tasked with the responsibility of ensuring that politician stays in line, not pillaging the people's first, right? And when each member submit their statutory deduction, each that they go through each other to ensure that there's no irregularity in their declaration.
Yes.
And then if there is irregularity in their tax compliance, if there's a irregularity in whatever compliance, those must be investigated by the Integrity Commission. And where irregularities are proven to be in violation of the Integrity Commission Act, then charges must be brought against such a person.
But my friend.
So when that report is submitted to Parliament, it must be comprehensive in scope. That means whatever charges are brought against the integrity against the declarant, then that whatever action need to be taken after that, that person must be brought before the court of law to answer to these charges. Then so be it. But it cannot be that we have an integrity commission. You do your investigation, but at the end of it, it's because to me, and this is from a layman's perspective, is as if we're having an interim report and not a complete report.
Yeah, but an interim report is also quite within the scope of the Integrity Commission. Let me ask you, I don't know if you are aware that people were calling for this report, bellowing for this report. People were at the Prime Minister. Why your statutory filing can't be certified? We need to know. I was one of those persons out there calling loud. Tell we something. We need to know something now. So some people are saying it's an interim report. Some people are saying it's a complete report. Some people are saying that him should have signed off one way or the other. No. What the gentleman said in the report is that him not have the resources, and I think he must say are the time to go any further with it. However, he's recommending it to FID and TAJ because there are issues in these that TAJ have the whole gamut of the expertise to find if there are culpability, and FID have the whole gamut to find out if there are culpability anywhere in these. So they have move them on, so the report is not complete. And anybody looking, hold on, because hear this. One of the responsibility that the integrity have is to certify or not to certify the filing of the declarant. And the Integrity Commission has made it clear in no uncertain term. There's no ambiguity. We will not certify the filing of the Prime Minister based on these issues. And we are asking these people to go further. Also, when we are saying that there is enough in the report to press charges, Dewey and Vaz, you remember Dewey and Vaz?
Dewey and Vaz, the names.
The former member of parliament for somewhere down in Westmoreland. He was brought to court by the Integrity Commission for failing to file what they request. And even though he filed it late, he was still brought to court and charged. In this report, and the question about why it never got to the director of corruption prosecution is also a very good question that needs some answers too. Because when you look at the Dwayne Vaz situation and the situation where the Prime Minister was asked to provide his personal expense and the Prime Minister refused to provide that, that is also a case where the Integrity Commission care people got quote for, i.e. Dwayne Vaz.
Okay, so the Integrity Commission had requested of Mr. Vaz to submit his
Mr.
personal
Holness.
expense.
Mr. Holness.
No, I'm using Mr. Vaz because
No, please. No, we can't do that. Use.
All right, no, the reason why you use him as a reference point. So I was just referring to him that he had violated the statutory.
Oh yeah, Mr. Dwayne Vaz. Yeah. Mr. Dwayne Vaz. Yeah.
Right, they violated and charges were brought, and those charges were brought against him by the director of corruption and prosecution.
Yes.
Right.
And so got quote and pay.
Right, and which the law states, and that what we're supposed to
So we're asking the question why the Prime Minister wasn't charged for that.
And that is a question that we all need to answer. And why wasn't he not referred to the director of public prosecution for this charge to be brought against
corruption
him?
Prosecution, sir. The director of corruption prosecution, not public.
All right, because the director of public prosecution is such inching our men.
Me understand, so, man. Me understand. That's why I'm trying to correct you.
Whenever time I do that, I'm referring to the director of corruption prosecution.
Yeah,
right. What I'm noticing in the report, though, there's nowhere in the report that states that this was referred to the director of public prosecution. One.
No, man, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Mr. Holmes. Go ahead.
It wasn't referred to her.
It was referred to her?
No, it wasn't.
For him to be...
It wasn't.
Well, that's what
it
I'm
was
saying.
not referred to her.
It's not...
Right.
Yes, sir. We both agree on that. Okay. So this is the part the thing I'm having now, the problem I'm having. If by the preview of Parliament, both parties come together, set up a body, an oversight body to ensure to keep in line politicians and civil servants, and at the end of the day, the same body that they put in place to do to fulfill a certain role is not doing it, then that body needs to be brought back before the same Parliament who put it in place in the first place and answer some questions, because they are being paid taxpayers' money. Because even let us use the Prime Minister now, and a forensic auditing, whether a firm was employed to go through the Prime Minister's declaration. Why haven't we seen anything anything on the report of the forensic auditing report? Why we didn't see that? Isn't
hold on now. How you know say you not see nothing from that audit? The Integrity Commission is not gonna say these and these are what the international person found. They are not gonna tell you who find it. The international forensic auditor was employed to do work for the IC in the name of the director of investigation. So whatever that person found is culminate with everything. It in there. You don't know what they found. So here what happened now? It is when it go to the court, when the Prime Minister is charged and this guy court, all these evidence, because what people missing, what the Integrity Commission have, is a certain amount of evidence on these allegations that they have placed against the Prime Minister, These accusations, sorry, not even allegation, because they are saying that the Prime Minister take money from a charity and buy stocks for himself. Is that in the report?
Yeah, it is in the report. But
then if the man said that about the... Hold on a little bit now.
Is it explained?
Hold on a little bit. If the man said that about the Prime Minister, you don't think that must be cleared up with the people of Jamaica?
Yes, and if you read inside the report, it is also cleared up in the report,
No, it's not.
Because go again and read the report. I think it's on page 170.
And what was the Prime Minister's explanation?
I think the Prime Minister's explanation was he had given he was of the opinion, because remember now, when it comes to stocks and bonds, it's not like the Prime Minister take out his own money. Wait a minute.
Me not stop him,
It's
I
not like
listen,
the Prime
brother.
Minister it's not like the Prime Minister take out the money out his pocket. I go to the bank and withdraw the money and say buy it. He gives instruction to would have been the capital market.
NCB capital market. Talk to me.
Right. So in the report, it stated that the Prime Minister had asked that X amount, I think it was 61,000 shares were purchased at, I think it was 11%. That's 11% for him personally, and another thing 32,000 thereabout was supposed to be purchased.
We are talking
on Positive Jamaica's account, which I think it was 8.25%. Upon maturity of that that instruction was given, and this is in the report,
Yeah, man.
It was supposed to be X amount was supposed to be sent to one account and the other account.
No, sir. No, sir. That's not in the report. That's not in the report.
It's not there.
No, that's what you just said in the report. What? The Prime Minister explanation was that he never know. And when he found out, he gave instructions. However,
that's what I was going to,
But hold on. But I don't like what you said. However, the Integrity Commission said the Prime Minister gave written instructions to NCB Capital Bank, written instructions. And there's a part in the report that NCB Capital Bank said them not take verbal instruction. Yeah? And from the beginning of the bond, all shares was going to Imperium, the company owned by the Prime Minister. All the shares. And regular bank statements were sent. So the Prime Minister said, I don't saw it go in the report. But hold on. But go back and check. But the Integrity Commission is saying we have documents saying that this is how it go and this is how it was operating for about 4 years. Therefore,
in that same report, it states that when the Prime Minister found out what was happening, that an email was sent to the financial institution.
No email was sent. No, say we're in the report. Say we're in the report. A call was made. He called, not email. So when you come here, saying, brother, come with your thing straight. A call was made, and there goes that verbal instruction versus a written instruction at the beginning. And that call was made when the Integrity Commission started investigating the matter. Because all the Prime Ministers filing before filed those stocks as his, brother. So when me I say, hold on, when me I say the Prime Minister guilty, don't get me wrong. But this must be cleared up. That's all I'm saying to you.
And then again too, and we can agree on that. We can agree on that part.
And hold on, like how we agree on that. Hold on a little bit now.
There must be clarification.
Hold on a little bit.
What causes this discrepancy?
Hold on a little bit. And like how we clear upon that. Which part can this be cleared up?
Say that again.
Where in the system can this be cleared up?
Where can it be cleared up?
Yes.
So all right, so here we go again now. So all right. If you notice, the Integrity Commission never recommend that he should face the director of corruption prosecution for this.
We go through that already.
Why? Because had it been proven that this was a deliberate act on the Prime Minister's part, the Prime Minister should be charged for it,
brother,
by the Integrity Commission.
But he can charge by the FID too. It's a financial crime, It's a financial matter. And early in the piece, I tried to explain about integrity versus legality. It's two different things, them some part intertwine, but your integrity not always means say you do anything illegal, But legality is a big part. I'll take our next call though. Here, big up yourself and thanks for calling. Portland Spice TV, morning.
Integrity. Sir Bell.
Blessings, my brother.
Yes, Sir Bell. Are you live, right?
Yeah, man, we're live on here.
Yes, this brother keep on a call program and a try to twist the narrative, brother. All the mother get you upset because I talk foolishness.
No, I'm not get me upset,
Bring back-
Because you see, them
bring
have
back-
this wool where them a try
Yeah.
pull over people's face and we they have to tear it off, making people them see it.
Exactly. Because this three little thing what they find with the 3 bank account and the prosecutor say, nah, prosecute the brother. I hit them and take a screw all over the place.
Yeah.
And that don't make no sense. You understand?
Yes, Rasta.
We have about 100 and add more where how about get off of them?
Listen, me just a pick them the clear ones, the ones that must be answered. The Prime Minister is accused of using a charitable organization funds to buy stocks for himself. That must be answered to forthwith.
All right, okay.
Or you continue with that over your head. Is the director of investigation from the Integrity Commission, The Integrity Commission have 5 commissioners where would have looked over this report, Senior, the president of the court, past president of the Court of Appeal, some distinguished people, brother. So I understand where some people are going like our regular SHACKA fame, our regular Mark, our regular Jane, make accusation for the Prime Minister.
Exactly. Come on, man. Look what for with mayor. Look for the New York mayor. Endorsement. And look what the farmer trouble him in. Come on, man. No time for this foolishness, man. Bring back Head Boy or Pablo on the thing.
Yeah, man, we're going to bring back Head Boy right now, man. Head Boy, I wait for we are bringing back right now. But we just try to give some people a chance, you understand? Because we want to hear the contending views, Because we want them running away with them foolishness. Let them run up in away with them foolishness. Because you have this youth here when you...
don't want them come with the stupidness.
No, but you see, sometimes they must come, brother. Sometimes they must come with it, make with debunk it. You can't make them in a them little corner, say they must come and get liquid, clean.
Right.
Lick them for 6.
All right, sir. The
Bless
back
up.
class I go on this.
Yeah, man. We're going to bring in Head Boy.
All right.
Yeah, man. You see, this is how we simplify the thing, For everybody understand the thing. You understand what I say? We not try trick nobody. 804-7072. That's the number to call. And we are set to Everton. Then call we no man. Call we are cuss with her. It shows so on a fax, brother. Ed Boy, you heard the call a while ago?
Yeah, I heard. I listened to the call. Let me tell you something, man. This man always does this thing.
No, man,
Let me tell you. We call it when you have, you say, what does that mean? Right? And they're talking about this is where they're hiding. They're making this 4 accounts thing look like as if that is where the entire report is. Because let me tell you something. People should still be worried about those 4 accounts. And let me tell you why.
Talk to me.
Why would the Integrity Commission flag 4 accounts that don't have money on them? Does that make any sense?
No.
It must be that those accounts were flagged because of omission.
Yeah.
And the omission is this, that he said he had no other accounts, but yet though he was attached to those 2 accounts belonging to his mother and father. Yeah? But not only that, right? Look at the level, because I think what they were flagged for was not their balances, but their frequency of transaction. Hello?
Yeah, man, may I hear you?
Because you can have accounts where what they're set up as is they're just set up as receivers, meaning you never really what you do is just pass through it. They just pass through accounts. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And I'd love to see what those accounts balances were before they reach that amount, because there must be a reason why the Integrity Commission and the Integrity Commission said that he didn't know they added his name to an account. You can't add somebody's name to an account without informing them. So that was a lie on his part. He lied. Yeah? The basic KYC for any bank is if you're going to add somebody to your account, the bank going to need, first of all, they're going to need the proof of address,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and an ID. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That's one. The moment you're adding the person to the bank account, they're made aware of it.
Yeah, talk
But
to me.
let me help this gentleman who is saying, because I was going to the FID, to FID, right?
Yeah.
FID has now, the ball is now in FID's court. And let me
Yes.
tell you why the Integrity Commission did report it the way it did it. They remember, first of all, we need to explain to people this is the strangest report ever. Let me tell you why. For 3 years, the Integrity Commission has been investigating this man. Remember, that is him delay them in giving them the information that they want to complete the report.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Remember, the Integrity Commission just don't come and tell you, give me this, give me that, If you volunteer the information to them, and
Yeah.
then they tell you what you have volunteered, if they're so satisfied with what you have volunteered.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? So he kept on going in circles with the Integrity Commission, which led to the length of time. Right? The Integrity Commission now has been on this for 3 years and is being pressured by the public, including his own supporters in the media, to publish a report. So they have published an interim report to
Of
show you
course.
that their state of investigation is far advanced. But we must not also understand that the Integrity Commission could not, as the commissioners say, certify the report, knowing that they have the FID to deal with. They have the TAJ because those bodies have to rule first for them now
Yes.
to come and make the recommendation to the director of um, um, not public prosecution, but director of investigation prosecution, if
Mhm.
there should be any charges laid.
And plus,
Because
when you look at FID, can lay charges all by themselves.
yes, they don't need the FID to lay charges. The FID can do it themselves. But what will happen is that when the FID rule, what the Integrity Commission is doing, Integrity Commission is saying, we don't want to appear to be biased.
Mhm.
Right? So let us send these elements of the report that require these entities who are known to deal with these things. Let them rule. Whatever ruling them come back with, we
Yes.
will proceed along. We will then proceed. We will then
Straight.
decide how to proceed.
But straight. But the other question now, is it tenable for Andrew Holness with the power of Prime Minister to remain in the office while he's recommended to the police for investigation?
My thing is, I take a different view from the People's National Party.
Talk to me.
I think Andrew Holness needs to stay there. Like Bobby Montague, my friend in Western St. Mary, said, Andrew Holness is now the gift to the PNP. Yeah?
My gosh. Well, you
So,
see, let me tell you
what-
something.
what-
Me
let me
not
tell you.
look upon it the political way. Me I look upon it
Well,
that
I am looking at let me tell you
standards,
something.
you must set standards. And this is the
My
first
friend,
time.
politics is not a symbol. Politics is actual reality and what happens on the ground and how those movements in because it's an opportune game.
Mhm.
That's how it is. It's an opportunity game. Yeah.
Talk to
And
me.
for me, my view is, if I were advising the opposition,
Mhm.
my thing would be to not even call for his removal.
No, but Paul, that cannot be though, you know. No,
Hold on.
me not agree with
Let
you,
me
brother.
stop you. I agree with you, Shaka. I agree with you. No, look here now. Look, I'm
You are
qualifying
play a
what I'm
game
saying.
like what the GLP are playing now. It's a
I'm
game you are going
qualifying.
on now. You are going a
I'm
political
qualifying.
game. Me a talk about governance, brother.
No, I'm qualifying, Shaka. What I'm qualifying, I'm saying, right? I'm saying that, and I'm just doing a strategy, right? I'm saying one. I'm totally in agreement that this man is untenable. He's unfit for leadership. He should not be there. But here what happened? He has done this over the last 9 years, 8 years, right?
Mm.
He has less than 300 and something days there in office. Yeah.
But brother, what
So
me
I am
say?
saying no. Let me tell you now. Any opposition party who believes, and I'm going to just give you a political eye opener, would that believe that if Andrew Holness moves off the scene, it's going to be very good for them, then they're crazy. Andrew Holness is the Achilles heel of the Labour Party. Right now, they're over there deciding if they should remove him. So whilst we are having a fib and a fit and jubilation, right?
Mhm.
They're trying to strategize to say how they could get rid of him because they see him as their impending disaster. So, for me, what is instructive out of this is that member persons who are putting up themselves for office now and a PNP ticket, because I want to look at going forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, must then ensure that they do not fall in these traps.
Cannot.
Yeah.
But that's why I said to you, my brother, the standard have to be set. You can't allow this. You see, this is an opportunity now, to determine the kind of politicians we are going to have going forward, If the prime minister is allowed to walk away in the sunset with all of this hanging over his head, it is going to be a dark day for Jamaica. So whether you are Labour right or you are PNP, you must recognize that this is not about the GLP, Hold on. This is not about the GLP. It's not about the PNP. It's about Jamaica and Andrew Holness, the prime minister, the politician. Because it's not the GLP is accused of using money from a charity to buy stocks and bonds. And the stocks and bonds weren't bought for the GLP. So labor rights need to understand this. If you're serious about the governance of Jamaica and the politics, it's not about the GLP. It's not about the PNP. It's about the country of Jamaica, Andrew Holness, the Prime Minister, the MP.
Absolutely.
And therefore, the standard must be set. That's the next wannabe Andrew Holness will know that it have to be fair play.
Yeah. And Shaka, when you look at the FSC part for me, right? My question is, how did that financial institution get itself involved in that way? Yeah.
The which one?
And I say,
the which one?
The bond.
Yeah.
Where
the bond that was bought for 94,000 US.
Right, but remember now, they issued a 50. One of those institutions issued a 50. Wasn't it a $50 million loan?
Yeah, man, that's the loan from Barita. That's another question that the director of investigation sent that one to the FSC.
To the FSC.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why it was sent to the FSC. Remember that the FSC governs the financial services industry. Yeah. Now, Barita, by its license, should not be lending out money. It's not registered as a lender of money. Yeah.
I'm not sure about that. The concern that the director of investigation had was that the properties, the assets that were supposed to be used to secure the loan were not being registered at the time with loan. And therefore, there's a concern about that kind of business operation. And if you realize what Barita says the prime minister is a premium client. And that is why I am also saying to you, Ed Boy, that constitutional change or legislative change must come out of this report. We are no prime minister. Change. No prime minister going forward should be allowed.
You are reinventing, my brother, your suggestion, humbly, right, is reinventing the wheel.
Are you saying remember that is in the Constitution?
I am telling you that is in the Banking Act. That is in the Patriot Act. When you are a PEP, what they call a politically exposed person.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There are rules of engagement in dealing with politically exposed persons.
Yes. Yes, I know that.
One. And I'm telling you this as a banker. When you deal with politically exposed persons, the very first thing you do, you determine so you do enhance due diligence on them and all monies that they're bringing into their account. That's one.
Yeah.
Two, because you are a PEP, banks aren't enough to really engage you. They can offer you a savings account, right?
Yeah.
They can offer you a basic investment account, but multiple accounts sort of bring suspicion with them. Because you see, politically exposed persons are considered high risk. Remember, you had the Panama Papers,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And out of the Panama Papers, with the leaks, which showed how much companies and offshore accounts politicians had, the banking industry took a step to say, so once you're a PEP, you can't. So if you ran in the election last year, you won, You lost, but you were an MP at the time. You
Mhm.
have 3 years after coming out of elected office before you can actually be granted back normal status within banking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I am saying that these suspicious transactions should have warranted some reporting on the institutions that are involved because of because of the nature of the PM, because of him being a PEP.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get
So
the argument. Yes.
so it is really it's really eye-opening to say the least that these transactions are allowed to go through without no flagging.
But hear this scholar,
No.
hear this head boy, and we refer to the prime minister being intimidating, just to hear that the prime minister is on the phone to you. So you're going to ask the question, who are going to tell the prime minister say them now open the account for him when the prime minister open my account with $0? Who are going to tell him say them now
No,
do it when the prime minister say
but
open an account for me and send me the account number, I get some money in there shortly. Who now going to do that? You tell me.
this is very good. Let me tell you why this is very good. Because this highlight for you and I, right? Why we know why the banks have been so close to them and they have been so close to the banks.
Then no the thing who open, brother. The thing who open the Pandora box, drop a ground and bust up, everything spill out, so I understand where some people are talking about. What are you talking about?
Some people are still going around with their proverbial head buried in the sands. Yeah?
Yeah.
And I say to you, my friend, that and I said to somebody the other day, I said to Jeffrey Tavares on a program that I am not so thrilled about making noise about this report. My thing is to touch the road. And let me tell you why. In 1990, I remember another young boy, I think it was 97. We didn't we have a gas rights 97, 98.
Somewhere there about.
Yeah.
I remember the gas riot. I don't remember the year, but I remember the gas riot.
I remember I couldn't go to school in the morning. Right? So I remember it like yesterday. And I'm saying that the JLP took to the road for less than this.
Of course.
Yeah. And we have not decided what we're going to do. Because you see, the truth be told you, when you look at the integrity, the oversight committee now, Julian Robinson brings a private members motion, right? To say, let us have the FID get the report.
Sanya, I'm going to call you right back.
Okay, my friend.
No man. Finish your point.
Yeah. The government members on the committee, right? Block the thing. But Member Paulwell pointed out something that a lot of people didn't realize. Never have they ever come a request from the Integrity Commission for something to go somewhere else, and it has never been sent.
All right.
It's not customary. So what is happening is these guys are deep. Let me tell you why they're afraid of FID.
Hold on a little bit. I see some people messaging about Vision 2030. And I see one man put Vision 2130. You're making a mistake. Vision 2030 is Vision 2000 to 2030. Yeah? Just remember which government was in power in 2000 up to 2007. So Vision 2030 is a PNP mandate. Remember that. So the PNP has been committed, but the GLP has failed us. So Vision 2030 not going to happen. Finish up, head boy, and let me go to Sanya.
Right. So let me, as I said, I wrap up now. Right. I'm saying that people need to look at that. It is an embarrassment to Jamaica on a whole. What is happening? It does not look good. My friend, I have friends from the regions. I have friends in Barbados. I have friends in St. Vincent. Right. I have friends in Grenada. And when we talk, and even St. Lucian, when we talk, right, the very first thing on their mind is how can one man have 28 bank accounts? That's a question that all of them ask.
That's a question. That's a question.
They have never heard this yet.
That's a question that the Prime Minister needs to answer. But for me,
But
that's
not
that's not the biggest question.
No,
It is
but
a
I'm
problem
saying
to
to
me,
you,
you
my
know. The
friend,
Prime Minister
it's a
having
problem to
28
the
active
financial
account.
system. Nobody should have 28. But let me tell you
Why
why.
not?
Let me tell as a pep, once again, I go back to him.
Okay. All right.
He's not allowed that privilege.
All
Where
right.
if Shaka had 28 bank accounts, Shaka is not a pep.
I understand you. Get you now. Get you
Right?
clear.
So what they have done is that they have rolled out the carpet for him to do his nonsense. And this only explains why they are not willing to deal with the banks and remove the fees because the bank been facilitating them. Now, and my closing, this positive media thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
You realize that Mr. Holness's company, right, was providing services to OPM and to the party. I wonder if people realize that, you know.
One of the company. Yeah, one of the company. What that company the name again?
That isn't that the same some positive thing? Right? Some media thing name, some media thing name. I forget the media.
Yeah. That's the next thing where you have to ask question. The Prime Minister of a company that providing services to the GLP.
And OPM, don't forget OPM.
Yeah, so I don't know if labor rights are not concerned with that. That's something that another labor rights should have get enough.
This company was being run by his son Matthew.
But
right?
Those little jobs, not job them the way other labor rights should have get, brother.
No, but let me tell you, the man them is mafia. Right? And I say so with no apologies that they're operating as if they're a mafia.
Me not understand.
Because what a mafia does is to cartelize everything and take control of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what they're doing is that very same cartelization of the GLP and the cartelization of Jamaica. Because when you look at it, how could you have the OPM? That's the highest level of conflict of interest. So in essence, Andrew Holness is issuing a contract to himself through OPM. So we paid for all of that PR services between 2021 and now. And those services were paid. And the same company declared it made no money.
And labor rights, nothing wrong with that.
Anyway, my brother and friend, let me give somebody a chance.
Yes, man. Big up yourself and thanks. May I call back Sanya?
No problem.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You see, me not understand where some people are defending them. I don't understand what some people defending. Don't understand it. How you could be defending this? How?
Hello.
Hey, good morning. Welcome to Portland Spice TV.
Yeah, good morning.
Talk to me.
I just want to make one little clarification on what you said about the account being opened with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
An account cannot be opened in the bank with no money because when the account is opened, the deposit is made. And when the deposit is made, it has to be passed through and then the account established showing that balance. What happens with these business accounts when you go to the bank? You go in, you carry all your documentations, your articles of association, which outlines the nature of the business that the bank is, the nature of the business that the company is operating in, who are the directors, who is the secretary, all the bank, the account going to operate. You sign up your documents, your whole heap of documents, you have to sign the agreement, signature card, and all those things. No, because of the 1 second, I'm not so done. Because the nature of the business, you might not have the money right now, but you prepare the documents because they're going to say, well, my first deposit will be coming from ABC. Right? So the bank have the documents, and when the money come in from ABC, that is when the account is opened. Okay, so that is all I want to say.
So hold on then, because what you're saying sound plausible. Sound like it makes sense. However, in the report, it said the account was open with $0.
Yes, but you have to interpret it the right way because, Colin, let me tell you something. Me working at the bank.
Talk to me.
And they said the first, when we leave high school and we work there. So me know how it go with that, unless I'm change it, because of course it was long time. But that is how it goes.
Especially with your premium clients.
Not necessarily premium clients. When you have business accounts, right? The money, because you sometimes, you're just starting the account. Like you have your idea, you write up your whole business plan and all them, something that you have to provide to the bank. You have it registered, and you have to have your documents, your articles and association that are certified, etc. It's a whole heap of process. Okay? And then, because of the nature of the job that you're going to do,
yes,
right? The money, the first deposit might not be available now, but because of the time that it takes to get all the documents in order for the bank people then to go through and read the articles of association and make sure everything is in order, right? That they will take your documentation before, and the account is established, but it is not open till the money come in, because sometimes the first
so you get a bank account.
Hold
on, Sonia. You get a bank account number before the account is open?
You get a bank account number, yes. You have an account number, but when it's just to facilitate that when the money come in,
it will then activate the account.
Come in, everything is there, and the bank don't have to sit down and hold on to the money, because sometimes the money is coming from foreign, sometimes the money is coming from all over the place. So the bank don't want to sit down and have this money sitting down indefinitely. So they want to be able to put it right in their account right away.
So Sonia, me understand what you're saying. Me understand what you're saying, but what is your response to the head boy point that politicians are, forget the term that he used?
Yes, I have no problem with that. It is true that there are certain people who are treated special at the bank. Okay? Because of who they are. There is no if or but. This is Jamaica you're talking about. And there is no if or but about that. Nobody can dispute that.
Right.
But in terms of when the Integrity Commission write that about being open, it's just to say that the account, the same day that the document go into the bank and them get the account and number, the money was deposited. Because you see this issue with the 28 account where everybody talk about, say, 28 account, 20. Yes, there were 28 accounts. But guess what? The amount of accounts, number of accounts is not the issue.
But what about the prime? What about the fact? Hold on, Sonia. What about the fact that the prime minister is flagged as a politician? Therefore, him shouldn't in that position. Pep, the prime minister is a Pep candidate.
Let me tell you something. Because the prime minister is a politician, in opening 28 account, it don't mean nothing. What means something? Right? Is when the 28, because let me tell you something. I wouldn't open 28 accounts, okay? Because I don't have the money to put in 28 accounts. But one person, you can have at this bank a checking account, a savings account. You can have 3 or 4 fixed deposit accounts. And then at another bank, you can have some more, because what happens is that you have your money here, right? In your savings account, you might have X amount, right? You're getting 2% here. Another bank might have a thing where they have fixed deposits where they're going to pay you 5%.
But what
so you're going to say, Robert, you never take out this X amount out of the savings account. Instead of getting 2% and go get 5%.
Sonia.
Okay, but that is not the issue.
All right, finish.
The issue, right? And don't think say that I'm saying that nothing wrong,
No, man, you never said that.
The issue is not that part of it. The issue is that if you have these accounts, right, they are not all in one place. So one bank, for instance, what is at NCB, they can only know the total of account that they have. When the other bank, they only know the total of accounts that they have. And so on. So now, in the financial auditing, Okay? When an auditor receives, like for instance, these are integrity reports and financial disclosure, all of these things go to one place, the Integrity Commission.
Okay.
Okay?
All right,
But when
Sonia.
the Integrity Commission sit down and audit and them add up everything, them see a red flag because them it's not that 28 account.
No, it's not just a
when you
28
look at the
account.
28 accounts,
What kind of
and you
business?
total the amount of money we pass through the 28 accounts, and you see how it operates, the deposit, or the deposit then break up. For instance, you might have one thing, and when you add up, say, 4 deposit going on the account from one source, right? And when you add up them 4 deposit, it turns out only per million.
Okay, so it's to say hide them and hide the money.
Something wrong with this. This is a red flag.
All right, Sonia, I'm going to take our next call.
All right.
I'm going to take our next call.
It's just the audit. Let me just finish up. It's just the auditing and the lapses that are detected. And that is why it was found out at the Integrity Commission. And they push it on. The things that they are not authorized to do, they send it to the tax department, they send it to the FID because them authorized to do the rest of the thing with them suspect.
All right.
That is how it goes. Have a good
Thank
day.
you, my
Bye.
love. Blessings. Blessings. Yes, sir. You see, the thing not difficult, the thing simple, but there are people who are trying to fool the average Jamaican, and we can't allow that to happen. Time come for us to explain to the people simply, and the people understand. Morning.
Hi, morning.
Morning, Conrad.
How you doing, Colin?
We're good, man. We're good.
Good. Let me say hi to my friend Sonia over there in Canada.
Yes.
One of my audience listener, Colin, Sonia, you know, someone who know her way around the block.
Yes.
As it
yes.
relates to banking. You know, I myself have a little experience there as well. And what she said is quite in order. It is, while on the face of it, the 28 account may jump out on you, but it is not so much the 28 account because there's nothing illegal about one having 28 accounts.
Talk to me.
It is really the transaction. And as Sonia was trying to say at the end of her conversation is, when you look at it, for example, the Integrity Commission, what they have is the benefit of having all the information on the 28 accounts. So they now can drill down into the 28 accounts to see if there is any form of shenanigan, anky-panky, or indeed any illegal, things that are questionable.
Or any act of illicit enrichment.
Indeed, in terms of, you know, how the deposits made, the withdrawal, you know, where these accounts basically set up as a kind of satellite account to move money from one to the next and so on. That's where the rubber hits the road. And the Integrity Commission, they would be the one who would have all this information now in one place. Because as Sonia said, that each bank would not have the sum total of the 28 accounts.
Right, right.
And that is why.
So that's why the argument that some people is putting forward about layering, a process named layering, where you spread out the money to hide the money, is also a credible argument.
Indeed. You know, so that's a term that's used in the financial sector, right? And banking, and it is all these things, Colin. It is important, and that is why you know the FID being brought into the picture will also give to us as the citizens of Jamaica who employ the Prime Minister as our chief servant will have a little bit more meat on the bone. And that is why, Colin, I believe in my, and I'm at pains to point out this at all times, to say that, and I'm going to say it again here today, the Most Honorable Prime Minister, Andrew Michael Holness, referred to as Brogard, Radam, he must be given credit. And we must pay homage to him as a young man, a boy who was born and raised at Cumberland Road in Spanish Town near the grass yard in a 2-bedroom board house. For you to rise from that to become Prime Minister of Jamaica, it speaks volume.
Of course.
I want to lift my cap to Prime Minister Holness for that achievement. However, what we're talking about has to do with, is the Prime Minister, or did the Prime Minister act appropriately based on what we're seeing in this 171-page document being purloined by the Integrity Commission by virtue of it being read or being tabled in the House of Parliament, which now give all of us, as citizens of Jamaica and people who have interest elsewhere, to go on the IC website, pull down this document and look at it and examine it for ourselves. But not only that, also say to the FID, go ahead and do your work and bring it to its finality. Bring it to its finality in terms of their finding, because what the FID will do now, Colin, is carry out their work, and it will now be thrown back to the IC.
Conrad, I have a question, because how much work can the FID now do except to take this matter to court? Because hold on, and hear my argument. The Integrity Commission, a creature of Parliament, tasked with the responsibility of certifying or not to certify filing from public officials. The Constitution says the filing of the Prime Minister and the leader of opposition upon certification, a summary must be made public. The Integrity Commission has tabled a report in the Parliament that says, based on these irregularities found with the Prime Minister's filing, we will not certify the Prime Minister, except if the FID says to us, there's nothing here, certify him. My argument is, with the evidence presented by the Director of Investigation, isn't it now on the FID and on TAJ to go to court to get the answers?
It can get there eventually, but you're not there as yet. There are other avenues with the FID that the FID can establish, can use.
Okay.
And it is said that the IC basically said that, listen, and if you drill down in the report, you'll see, maybe not in the exact words that I'm talking about, but it mentioned where they would be. It's like they're at the end of their rope and of their road. And the FID now is empowered with additional autonomy as to where they can go to bring it to conclusion. So we await that the FID may also look at the report that is there with them and say, listen, based on what we're seeing here, we don't have any basis or seeing anything that we should go further and throw it back in the lap of the IC. No, Colin, that is where we will have a conundrum, because indeed, if the IC had completed their work already, through it now, or kick it up the value chain to the FID. The FID look at it in their eyes and say, here what happened. What we're seeing here, we are seeing nothing to go further, and send it back to the integrity commission. What will now be? Will the integrity commission be duty bound to certify?
No, go back
to
say. No, go back to say. Let's stay at the FID a little bit. So the FID now. So you are now saying that it not reached court yet. So the FID will look at this document then and investigate the Prime Minister. How comfortable is it for an organization within the GSCF under the Ministry of Finance? How comfortable will they be now to interrogate the Prime Minister still in office as the Prime Minister?
All right. You want me to respond to that?
Yeah. How comfortable will that be for the FID and TAJ? Not just the FID, but the FID and TAJ.
Colin, let me respond to you this way. When something reaches that stage, I believe that the most tidy approach to take is for the person, whoever it is pointing at, to basically vacate the position. You know, always say that you basically ensure that you don't interfere with the investigation. However, I want to say that I believe that the FID is a professional organization that should be able to carry out its duty whether the PM is in office, yes or no. Because although the FID is under the Ministry of Finance, they are protected in a certain way where they can carry out their duty without being interfered with. And I'm thinking that we must have men and women who are professional enough that whoever sits in the office of Prime Minister at the material time, they are able to do their job. I want to give the FID and the TAJ the benefit of the doubt this morning.
Conrad, what if, and this is a big what if, at the end of October, the Prime Minister becomes the Minister of Finance?
That too, as I said, that while the FID comes under the Ministry of Finance, I am not able to explain to you now how are they protected and how are they able to do their work without interference from the minister. But I think they're insulated somewhat of carrying out their job without that level of interference from the minister. The Minister of Finance.
Let me put something to you, Conrad, because a couple of people in the chat room are asking, because I am saying from where I sit and from my readings of the report, there is enough to charge the Prime Minister. And let me just say this.
You're not alone in that
thinking. Hold on, let me just say, hold on, Conrad. Some people are asking in the chat room, and I want to make it clear that on the count where the Director of Investigation says that the Prime Minister used money from a charity organization to buy stocks and bonds valuing at 94,000 US and 30-something thousand US was taken from the charity. That for me is a court issue. And is either the FID or the Integrity Commission take the Prime Minister to court, or the Prime Minister must take them to court. Well, I don't think he can take the Integrity Commission to court. But that alone, that item cannot be left alone. There's another item that cannot be left alone. The item of over $4 million being deposited into an account related to the Prime Minister. And the bank is saying that they don't know who lodged this money. That also cannot be left alone. These
unknown.
these
Unknown. It come on the unknown, yeah?
right.
In
These
the report,
two items for me, Conrad O'Brien and Kirk and all of the people in the chat room who asked me, those two items are court ready.
And that is why, Colin, the premier institution, which is the FID, the IC. Remember, and let us not treat these commissioners as grade 6 students.
Talk to me.
Let us not treat them as grade 6 students. So it is within their wisdom. You're talking about a commission that is headed by a former
Justice Seymour Panton
president, right? Justice Panton, say what you want to say. I have never heard.
Don't ramp with them on the reputation.
The man, they squeaky clean based on what we know. So I don't think it's a willy-nilly decision. That is it. And remember now that the report was sent over certified not just by one person. It's the commission.
5 commissioners.
The IC commission that basically take the decision to send the report over to the FID. This is something that and what we're doing here, listeners, it is not about casting any assertion, any guilt or anything. We are looking at this and so that our people at the end of the day have more meat on the bone, and they're left a little more educated on the matter at the end of the program than when they join at the beginning.
Conrad,
that's what I'm trying to
Conrad.
Yeah.
When I first stated that I think the thing for God court, you say we not reach this yet. Are you still saying to me with those 2 items that I just pointed out to you?
No, I am not weighing in as to whether or not we reach court or we don't reach court. What I'm saying is that the IC, in their wisdom, see to send it to the FID, and the FID will now do their work and bring it to a conclusion. Remember, it was the FID that arrested and charged former Minister of Government Royal Reid.
Well, the FID was a part of, I think, Mocha. It was a Mocha-led operation, But the FID are part of the team.
I'm saying that it was the FID that basically charged him, arrest him and charge him. So much to the point that his attorney.
Yes.
His attorney. Hold on, Colin.
Yes.
So much that his attorney had actually take it to court to say that it was not in the remit
of the FID
to arrest.
Because they don't have arresting powers, and then we learned that the members of the FID are police.
Which was utter rubbish.
But isn't that still one of the factors that is stalling that trial, though?
But what?
Isn't that still one of the factors that is stalling that trial?
No, I think we have gotten over that hurdle.
We have gotten past that hurdle.
Yeah, but the fact is, Colin. The fact is, Colin. What I'm saying, you say, is that the FID is a body that is so empowered that they can look at things with another pair of eyes. And so on. My concern, Colin, is this. Why, if you have nothing to worry about, because I think this is what we need to examine. If you have nothing to worry about, why would the parliamentarian and the JLP side basically making every attempt to stall or to stonewall the thing going to the FID? Why they have a problem? I would welcome it to say, no problem, bring it on, because I want my prime minister, my leader, to basically be exonerated by all the bodies on, in this case, the FID, which would be able to bring this thing to closure and to finality. I would want them to investigate it. I wouldn't want to be stonewalling and thought that saying that, you know, they should be the IC should be mandated to certify and all sorts of things.
What kind of crap is that?
Huh?
What kind of crap is that?
You know, I mean, it's the same on Colonel Charles Jr. and Minister Chuck to be saying that. You know, it's really some kind of busting with being attempted here. But you know, remember it was Delroy Chuck who, when the court basically handed down the judgment. And Paul Llewellyn said that, you know, they was going to have a safer execution from a declaratory judgment, which was so you know.
How can this man continue to be the Minister of Justice?
I don't know. He's making some mistakes that are really and truly petty. But you know, Colin, one of the things that I really want to say this morning, in addition to that, because there are calls being made, and I am not one who would want to sully anybody's reputation, let alone the Prime Minister of Jamaica. So the Prime Minister is, like all of us, or under the auspices of innocence until proven guilty. That's how.
And that's why the Prime Minister must be given an opportunity to clear his name. These allegations he need to deal with them.
Yeah, but that will come, Colin. That will come.
When?
That will come. It's at the FID. Just be patient. If the FID have it,
I tell you how easier way, you know, Obi. The Prime Minister. Hold on a little bit now. Hold on a little bit. The Prime Minister can answer some questions in Parliament, you know.
Yes, he can. But let me say this. You say the PM. There are two things put out there by the opposition. I want to be fair to the Prime Minister. Put out there by the opposition and also the members of the public, you know, members of the public calling for two things. One, for the Prime Minister to step aside, right? That is in the remit of the Prime Minister. The other one, they're also saying, if not stepping aside, go to the poll and let the Jamaican people decide whether or not they want to give you a fresh mandate to continue. So you would settle this argument, because if the majority of voters, of people who vote in an election by way of seat count, give the Jamaica Labour Party and Prime Minister Holness a third mandate, then certainly people just have to shut their mouth and say, listen, this is what the Jamaican people need. So, and especially now, against the background, which leads me to this, against the background that the Blue Dot poll, carried out by Nationwide, has just come in and said that the Prime Minister, the people said that the Prime Minister should be given a third term, and painting somewhat of a rosy picture for the Prime Minister in part and the government. So go, since that is in your favor, go to the poll, call the election, and see what the people said.
I have a problem with that, Obi.
Don't be afraid.
I have a problem with that. And I tell you why. If the Prime Minister gets up tomorrow morning and say, all right, I'm going to call the election. Win or lose, the question, those two items that I just pointed out, will still need to be answered. So if the Prime Minister go to the poll and win, I am not ready to throw out that question of using the money from the charity and the question of those money lodging into your account and we don't know who lodged it or where it come from, the source of funds. Those questions for me, you know, are standard setting issues, because no other Prime Minister of Jamaica should be drawn into this kind of debacle that this Prime Minister is drawn into. So for me, it's not just about politics, it's about governance.
Fine, Colin, but at the end of the day, we operate in a democracy, and the people.
So because the majority of the voters say we are give back, means say you're not guilty of doing rubbish?
No, I am not talking. I'm not talking about guilt. It means what it would mean is that the people of Jamaica is comfortable with what Mr. Holness is doing to carry on as Prime Minister.
Majority of Jamaicans don't vote.
I am saying that is of no moment. The majority is of the people who participate in the process.
So hold on, Conrad.
Colin, we must debunk and rubbish some things around here, you know. The fact of the matter, in my humble view, it has nothing at all. And that's why I don't get into this argument when people talk about a minority government and all sorts of things.
I'm not getting into that argument.
No, but you said that the majority of Jamaicans don't vote.
That is true.
But we're talking about those who are eligible to vote.
But Conrad, the question I'm asking you, hold on, Conrad. Hold on, let me ask you a question. No, man. Let me ask you a question and you answer this question. Let me ask you a question. If the Prime Minister calls an election, let's say for November, and the Prime Minister win the election, are you saying to me that these concerns brought forward by the Director of Corruption Prosecution, no, the Director of Investigation in the Integrity Commission, are to be cast aside? Is that what you're saying to me?
I am not saying that for one moment. I am not saying that because, as I said before, I am concurring with you that the fact that the Prime Minister or anybody, because you could be operating a charity over there in Portland, and if you take the charity money, the charitable organization money, and buy stuff in your name to benefit from it personally, then certainly you must be flagged. And when I say flag, meaning that the item must be raised and
not just raised,
and it must be taken to the place that can bring finality on it. So I agree with you on all of that. And but I'm also saying, Colin, that the people of Jamaica also can be asked as to put these things out there, and they basically say to us whether or not, granted, the Prime Minister that will be concluded where it belongs. But the Prime Minister, do you believe that the Prime Minister should continue? And the people can decide on that as well.
Yeah, but Conrad, my concern about that is the Prime Minister go to the poll and win the election and come back with this over him head. Hold on, hear me I say, before Mr. Holness go anywhere, do anything outside of stepping aside, if him going to lead the GLP in the next election, these two items must be cleared.
So you disagree with your party in asking, in putting out a two-pronged approach out there to say that the Prime Minister must either resign or call a fresh election?
Let me tell you what I believe. I'm answering that question. I believe my party is of the opinion that once they go to the poll, the GLP is going to lose. And they are premising everything on that. And fine, but I am saying, God forbid the GLP win. Can the Prime Minister still be Prime Minister with these over him head? No, it cannot happen. And I am saying to labor rights. I am saying to labor rights. Hold on, Conrad.
He would be.
He would be what?
He would continue to be Prime Minister.
With this over him head? You don't want a Prime Minister with that over head, Obi?
No, it's not what I would want. No, I would prefer for it to be concluded. Absolutely.
And so the Prime Minister must put the country first. Put the country first and set standard for leadership. The ultimate leader. The ultimate leader, Obi, can't be leading with these over him head. So the ultimate leader.
I agree with you totally. But you see, Colin, I tell you something. Jamaica really and truly need So many things that need to dealt with. If you can allow me, I want to share something with you and your listeners and your viewers quickly.
Go ahead.
And this is about me, and pardon me for bringing myself in. Thursday, I was at home at about 4:30 or so. My phone rang. I answered the call. When I answered the call, it was senior producer. This lady, Sonia Stewart, she's in media for a long time from Breakfast Club. Those of us who remember the Breakfast Club with Tony Abrams and Bev, it's some time ago, all right? Mm-hmm. And I was called and I was asked to appear on Nationwide at 5 as a guest at 5:30 to look at the poll numbers, discussing that particular finding and that day. I said to them, okay, fine, I will appear. Said to the young lady that, listen, my disadvantage is that basically I don't have the numbers. She said, okay, no problem. She'll send me the numbers. She did send me the numbers and said I should hold it until after 6 o'clock because I would just be privy to it because I was going to be a guest on the program. I said, fine. I would never ever share this because as a professional and somebody who understands these tenets, I would not breach it. All right. She said to me that I will appear on the program, I think with Mr. Morgan. No, this is Robert Morgan, the Minister of Works. And all right, at 5:30. At 5:30. Then I said, fine. The 5 o'clock news came. They promoted me as a public commentator and whatever. I even sent her a message to say that, I'd prefer to be referred to as talk show host because that's what I do. All right. And she said, fine. She even sent me back a message and said she's sorry that they have basically titled me that way rather than a talk show host. And suffice it to say, Colin, that about 25 minutes after 6 o'clock, I was listening. I heard the minister on the program. So I thought, fine, they had gotten the minister on the phone, and then they will just patch me in. I was there waiting. Now I heard the phone rang after. I answered the phone. It was Miss Stewart, Sonia, the producer, and she said to me that they're having a little issue because they are getting a lot of calls. Hear me. Mm-hmm. Hear me, listeners. Hear me, viewers. They're getting a lot of calls that I am a PNP activist. And as a result of that, they were unable to basically have me on the program as a guest. No, they know what I do. They know me. I've appeared on Nationwide before. And I'm saying that, how low I am going to come on to discuss something with you. I am in the space as a person who is doing a professional job. So I said to her, let me share this with you. You are in media. This is me now talking to Sonia. You're in media. You know that the station that you work with, and I'm paraphrasing now, a lot of people across the length and breadth of Jamaica dub them as JLP activists.
Hold on, Obi. Hold a sec for me. Hold a sec. Hello, good evening. Good morning. Morning. Welcome to Portland Spice TV. Yeah.
Every time my brother come on the program, he take you over.
No, I'm not taking it over, but me just...
He take you over, man. You just every time you talk to him, like I'm on the program.
No, man. I'm a general and...
Me know say a bird with that when know everything go.
Yeah, man.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you give space to talk to, you talk on in my backyard. You
All
see that?
All right,
You
my
know, so
boy.
you can't see so, but you know, yeah, so.
No, man, but we know each other temperament and how we work sometimes. When you're in the flow, sometimes you don't want to stop, you know?
Yeah. All right, sir.
You're good, though.
Yeah, man.
Bless up. Continue, Obi.
All right, sir.
Yeah, man. So quickly, just to say that, you know, just to close out to say that you know, I said to her that, listen, like they're saying, people from all walks of life are saying that, you know, the people who are nationwide, they're JLP activists and JLP mouthpiece. So we say we have to rise above that as people within the media as professionals, because it's the lay of the land. People will basically say that based on how you speak. I have no doubt that maybe based on how I carry out my work, people may say, listen, Conrad sound like a PNP or Conrad is a PNP.
You are going to be labeled. One way or the other, people are going to label you.
And people said this is JLP and so on. So, you know, I find it disturbing, and I'm not here crying. I'm just saying because, to be honest with you, when I gave the commitment that I was going to go on the program, I thought about it and said, did I actually do the right thing to go on? But I say, you know, I don't mind participating in the space. And you know, for me personally, I lose some respect for nationwide, because I am called on my program all the while. People say X and Y and Z about CFUs and so on, and I reprimand them. I say, no, say what you want to say, but this is a man who is you know, deserve his respect and ratings and so on. You know, I have those decency about me. For me, it doesn't matter what your politics is. It's about what you're contributing and so on. And I find that as a low blow. But I mentioned that, Colin, to say that the society generally is just so darn polarized that it is not funny.
True.
You know?
True. But Conrad, you see, I am really disappointed about the people in mainstream media who have been afraid to call a spade a spade. There are some damning allegations and accusations in the Integrity Commission report, far-reaching, damning, and accusation not made by an average Joe. Accusation made by a creature of parliament. It is the parliamentarians that give this organization its powers, give it its rules.
Absolutely, Colin. But let us move it out to the realm now of the mainstream media and media, you know, because
can't move out of the realm of the fourth estate.
No, man, no. Just let me make the point, please. Let us look at other bodies, other organizations that have some responsibilities in Jamaica. Your party said last week, Sunday, that they were going to be dissecting the report and have town hall meetings so that they can explain this to the average Jew out there. How many town hall meetings have been held so far, Colin?
Well, I saw the People's Parliament Tuesday morning, but I think, yeah, we need to be out there more in the space. And I am going to try and do my part in inviting some more people from the party on this platform to really answer some of the questions that people are asking. So, yeah.
What happened, Colin? You need more than that. You need to have a sit down. This is going to take more than one. So the party, they can say, listen, we are looking at page so much to page so much today in this, and they are going to be reading the document. They are going to be reading it. They are going to be, and somebody is going to be there explaining the thing, and use try to get as much platform as possible. Your platform, other platforms, and so on and so forth, and bring it out there, drill it down to the people as much as possible. Not all the people are going to pay it any mind, but certainly I believe that because, you know, you have been saying that mainstream not carrying it the way they're supposed to be carrying it. And so, but there are so many other forums that can be used these days. And I believe it is incumbent on the opposition, and I dare say other organizers, civil organized society organizations, to do this. Bring the masses into the loop. Because you, Colin, can be saying that, all right, basically, you're picking out this and you're looking at that. Bring it across. Read it verbatim, what is being said there in the document.
Let me just help Kirk a little bit here, because as Kirk said, bear in mind, never before a prime minister faced any scrutiny, which the IC was created in the 90s. No, Kirk. The IC was not created in the 90s.
No, not at all.
The bill was drafted. The bill was drafted in the last PNP administration. Hold on, Contractor General. So the bill was drafted in the last PNP administration, and the Integrity Commission was implemented under this Andrew Holness-led administration. The entire commission was chosen by this Andrew Holness-led administration,
Absolutely.
Kirk. So get your facts together and don't come mislead nobody.
That is true. And you see, Kirk is either doing it out of ignorance or he's deliberately.
And let me just help this youth here, because some GLP trolling at the chat room, Conrad, are going real bad. Disrespect people and all of them thing there. But let me just say to the GLP trolls that Colin Bell never tell anybody that I am balanced. And I'll say it right here. I am not balanced. I am a member, and not just an ordinary member, of the People's National Party. Yeah? Me claim PNP as mine. So me a PNP. Me not balance, but what we do here, we speak the truth, and only the truth, cause it what it will. That's what we claim. Truth. And we're talking to Conrad O'Brien, who is the fireman, who say him speak truth to power.
But you see, Colin, what happened? Let me explain something to you about balance or whatever. You see, a lot of people believe that what balance means. It means that if you're saying something about Prime Minister Holness, you must find the same thing to say about Mark Golden. The fact of the matter is that there isn't an IC report on Mark Golden.
And that's why I'm not play that game, the Conrad. Me not do that balance. Balance is being hypocritical. Me not do balance.
I don't know that it is being hypocritical at all. It's just that people misunderstood what it means.
It's not misunderstood, it's hypocrisy. Because let me tell you what it is. You're talking about an IC report about Andrew Holness, and people are going to tell you, say, Mark Golden have also him never declare. How that come in the argument?
But that is not true. It is not true.
But whether it is true or lie, how that come in?
No, but let us understand it. In Mark Golden's report, his real estate asset is listed there in United States dollars. So that is not true.
But Conrad, what may I say? That's why I say it is hypocrisy, because to try to be balanced, you will find a lie, you find half truth, you find
that has nothing at all to do with balance. Lie is lie, Colin.
It is in an effort. Is in an effort of being balanced, which is hypocrisy.
No, but you can't conflate and confuse it. It is not balanced. It is a lie.
But people do that.
As my girl did say, a lie is a lie. when she was referring to the JLP. At that time, she was a firebrand JLP. I'm talking about Benita. But you see, Colin, what happened? Although people will say that it's Conrad O'Brien is a PNP man or a PNP host, one of the things that people cannot contest me on is being fair and balanced, I may say, because people come on my program and use terms to describe the Prime Minister and say X, Y, and Z, and I reprimand them, I rebuke them, and we press the cut button and get them off.
You must respect the Prime Minister.
Hold on, Colin. 1 second, Colin, if I may. I'm inviting the trolls that you have in this space here to join me Monday and Tuesday from 9 until 12 on News Talk 93 FM straight up.
Them not going
and
call.
You will be able to listen and to chime in.
They're not going
where
call.
we speak truth to power, and you will be allowed to speak whatever you want to, so long as you're not libeling and you're not defamatory. You will be allowed.
Conrad, they're not going
Yes,
call.
sir.
They don't call me either, you know, because them can't come here, so come tell them lie and chat them crap. One came on this morning, but he was pretty decent. But you could understand the whole way I try to pull over people's face. But right here, so we tear off the wool, you know. We tear off the wool right here. So and when we say we talk truth, we no matter who the truth are beat, you know.
Yeah. Let me say good morning to Mr. Marlon Morgan, the director, one of the directors of the JLP campaign committee. Hi Marlon, how are you doing, my friend? You know, Marlon but hard, but at least Marlon is a decent man.
Conrad, we're out of time. We have passed our cutoff time.
All the best. And Sonia, long time. Give me a shout up, all right? All
yeah,
the
man.
best. Take care.
Blessings.
All right, Colin.
Yeah, man.
Blessings. Good.
Mm-hmm. Anybody want to call, man? The number is 804-7072. 804-7072. You can call me straight or you can call me upon WhatsApp. Fiona says she want to call me. Because let me tell you something. Who want to be balanced can try their best and be balanced. Me, I tell you straight. Me no come here so with no balance. Me come here so to talk the truth. And PNP vex when me talk the truth. And GLP vex when me talk the truth. And no P vex when me talk the truth. Because the truth is just the truth. We know that the truth is also an offense. Yeah? Somebody said them on the number. I'm going to put it there. All right. Portland Spice. See it there? See the number there? 804-7072. Are you may wait upon for call? Because you see, we like talk to people and get their understanding and they get our understanding. Because sometimes it just need a little explanation for we understand. And if the Prime Minister want to call an election, I am also saying to the GOP, because what me are telling you from morning, you know, me not understand the labor rights them where I circle the wagon with the Prime Minister. Not even want to know if the Prime Minister breach the law or breach any protocol. It sounds like them not interested to know that. There are some accusations made against the Prime Minister in the Integrity Commission report that if it was a PNP leader, me want answers to these questions right away. Did you use charity money to buy stocks for yourself? That must be cleared up. Who lodged the money them in the account, the over $4 million within a 2 or 3 months period? What kind of money them there? I am not saying the Prime Minister thief no money. I am not saying the Prime Minister bamboozle nobody. I am saying that these questions that are left unanswered in the Integrity Commission report must be answered. And I am of the strong view that these questions cannot be asked properly while the Prime Minister sits in office. Welcome to Portland Spice TV. Talk to me.
All right. Morning.
Morning, sir.
All right. So, I'm not calling him to debate about right or wrong in the terms of if a politician is guilty or not.
Right. Only the court can decide
standpoint. No, well, yeah, cool. But talk from a balanced standpoint, right?
Talk to me.
No. You represent PNP, right?
I am a PNP. I'm not representing the PNP on the program, but I'm a member of the People's National Party.
Cool, which means that you're going to talk biased towards that party.
Well, if you see it so, That's all right with me, but that's not what I do.
All right, okay, fine. You're saying that's not what you do. All right,
No,
cool.
I speak the
No,
truth. I call what I see. I call it as I see it.
All right, no problem.
So what me I do is
cool.
translate.
All right, cool. So back to Vision 2030, because me agree on the term say a PMP start that or something like that, right?
Yeah, man. It started. The whole Vision 2030 started under the People's National Party administration.
So, question: is it PMP vision, or a PMP created the vision, or someone else?
Vision 2030 came out of a series of events, you know, workshops and a whole heap of thing.
No. Whose vision is it?
In terms of a person, I couldn't answer. I don't know.
As in which body? Okay, fine. Maybe I say I don't know. So that's why I can't ask you these questions, right?
Right. Me don't know everything, brother.
Right, because the thing is, when you represent the PMP and you brag about it as if it's a PMP initiative.
But tell me whose initiative it is then.
Right, it's the UN. The UN Charter basically pushing this agenda.
Right, and
it doesn't matter. Hold on, okay, you didn't know. So right? So
go ahead.
So, right, fine. So the fact that PMP took that stance to promote it by the UN, and now the JLP is in power and they're on the same road. I'm saying simple to you, but it's common sense, right? It doesn't matter if it is the PMP or the JLP in power. They're gonna take their boss agenda and they're gonna push it because they have to. They cannot decide not to. Pause. No, I'm gonna use an example that you might not be aware of, or maybe I don't know, but I'm gonna bring it up, right? Now, I see a lot of people saying that the JLP is pushing the NIDS on the people, and rightly so, because they might push it right now. I'm in a JLP, I'm in a PMP. That's just facts. And I don't stand by the NIDS at all because I know where it's going. No. Did you know that the PMP was the first party that started this as well, just as Vision 2030? Because Vision 2030 also...
And whose idea is that?
Whose vision for NIDS?
Yeah.
It is the UN. As I'm telling you, it is the UN idea again because they want to ensure that... Listen, hold on. Let me say, finish up and then they say you can... The UN idea is they want to have one world government, basically, where you have one ID, one money, and basically a new world, one system. Basically, it will lead to that. That's what their agenda is. So when they put everything digital, which is why every country is going digital, which is not a Jamaica idea again either, all right? Because the thing is only using politics of the people to get them to come on board to support our next part so they can make money. Because when the PMP go in, PMP go and do the benefit with them. These people do not love to fight tooth and nail to go in power, to go serve people. When every time one of them go in, they are in some form of conspiracy about money laundering or some crap. It is an illusion for people to think that these people love people so much. Yet they are on the same agenda if from two different parties. No, I realize they don't know these things because people don't research.
Hold on. Stop now. Because you're accused of knowing what. Let me tell you something. When you
don't know.
Brother, hold on, you ask me to allow you to talk. I may allow you.
So
I'm gonna expect you to allow me now. When you sign this charter with the United Nations, because the United Nations really, as it relates to countries, especially developing countries, we depend a lot on the United Nations. They come with these charter, Vision 2030, and a number of other charters that Jamaica are signatory to, including the fact that we have the death penalty on the books and we now hang nobody because of certain charter that we have signed on to. So Vision 2030 came about when the PNP was in power and the PNP signed on to it. And as you rightfully said, the GLP continued the charter. There are other such charters. So when you ask this morning, I remind if the PNP will continue, I reminded you that the charter started under the PNP administration. Right. And therefore, going forward, any government that is in place, I go continue the charter.
Good. So that's the question is, so what is the purpose and the uproar of people that are supposed to be smart and looking for a vision if the two parties are aligned with the same vision from them boss? What is the uproar and fighting for? Because it only comes down to this party want to be in power because when they are in power, they can line their pockets while they want to push the said agenda that the other party is doing.
But the
And
UN charters
that's
are
exactly what
not
it
the
is.
only agenda that any party is pushing, brother.
No, but no, true, agree. But at the same time, Vision 2030, if you know what Vision 30 is about, you understand that this is a major change to the world and how it's going to be operated. And
But
that is the thing. People are not looking at the end of the vision and what the vision, they say Vision 2030, Sustainable Development, Agenda 2021. They're not realizing what are the goals, what are the with the vision, what the end of what the end result of the vision. What is the end result of the vision?
There are goals in that vision that does not align with our society, you know, and our culture.
No.
And
no.
Not just no. Those are
it has to change.
Those goals, there are a lot of goals in the 2030 vision and other charters that are not aligned with us. And therefore, different administration will deal with different aspects of it in different ways.
So you're saying, in other words, you're saying that because not only just Jamaica, because this is not a Jamaica thing.
No, it's not.
The entire world, right, cool. The entire world is being told a vision that this is what we want the world to be like by this time frame, and we're going to support our monetary-wise and all of that for you to reach it. And they're taking these money, and you're going to tell me that because there are certain underlying issues that the country may not appreciate now or believe in as a culture now, that it's not going to be promoted to the media by sensitizing the public to accept it eventually.
But you know that there are people like you and I and other people who are going to slow this as much as possible. Who are going to slow it as much as possible.
Slow it? No.
But you mean no.
No, that.
Let me ask you something. You are ready to accept. You are ready to accept some of those goals that tonight.
I'm not accepting none.
You're not gonna resist. One. You're not gonna resist it.
Man, they resist it. The thing is the mass. The thing is the mass is still gonna accept it because the mass are puppets and the mass are easily led to them own slaughter.
Yeah, but the mass is the mass is the followers, you know, brother.
True, but look at this. You as a PMP member or supporter, you put party first over people. Because the reason why you see, let me just based on your said
but you accuse me of putting party over people. I don't do that.
That's why I clear it up now. All right, cool, fine. So I'm not going to rephrase it. So based on what you said earlier, it appears as if you put your party over people.
What statement I made that make you come to that conclusion?
You said that you're not balanced.
No, not only in politics, me no balance, you know. I don't go in politics, me no balance.
But if you're not balanced, then it means that you're not just, because justice stands unbalanced.
No, justice stands on truth. Truth is consistent.
Truth, but it's the thing. All right, so first and foremost, I come from a godly standpoint.
Truth is consistent. It's true to deal with.
And if we're gonna talk about truth, then we have to come from a godly standpoint.
Of course.
And God said, all right, so you believe, fine. So God says a just balance is his delight. Now, if you are not balanced, then that means that you're going against what God delighting. And I'm also going to say that the law also has a balance. There's a reason why that's killed.
But you use the Bible. System. Did the Bible say a balanced person?
But
did the Bible say a balanced person?
You're not a person. Yes, because you have to be established laws. The man established laws.
Yeah, man.
I can't. I didn't hear you.
Man established laws.
Right.
Law is not balanced. Law balance.
Of course, law
is truth and just and consistent.
These are, put it this way, these laws are not balanced, which is why people offer injustice every time, because the law is unfair. The Bible is balanced.
No, but hold on. Even if law is unfair, it is consistent. And what the law is the truth.
The law is not the truth. The law
not necessarily balanced, brother.
If the law of the land, because you debate the law of the land and I debate the law of God. Because is it there saying the law of God is not balanced?
Me I believe
Or you're saying the law of the land?
the law
I am
of
not debating
God
the
is consistent
okay,
and truth.
right. But that's what I'm saying, which is why I don't support the system in its entirety, because the system is not.
But anyway, with the week, you know, say, you know, me just accommodate you because at 11:30 and 11 o'clock we stop the show. So me just accommodate you because you said you wanted to call. But next week,
Yeah,
call.
man. That's
call.
one thing. No, to be honest, when I think pop on my phone, I'm just decide to engage in the conversation because I really don't follow parties like that, isn't it? But for the mass that are listening, right? Use common sense. Don't be a party rider saying that you're a jail PMP, because I see at the end of the day, these people are going to sell you out to some man that already buy them out.
Guess what?
Whether I be PMP or JLP.
Guess what?
That not for sale.
That are your views. Me I go align myself with one of the political party in the country because tell you what, I them run the country and I believe in the management of the country. Somebody must steer the ship, and if somebody going to steer it, why not me? All right, brother. Respect and thanks.
Yeah, man.
Thanks to all my listeners. This has been Portland Spice TV. Share the channel, like up the video, and you know, make a promote the thing. We say truth is consistent, and that's our mantra. Truth. Big up on yourself once again. May the good Lord continue to bless and keep you. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his light and give you his peace, now and forevermore, until we meet again. Fire upon bad mind.